Amen. Amen.
His Royal Highness, let me stand on all existing protocols having been introduced by recognizing the dignitaries that are here. We hear, Your Highness, for our campaign, like it's been mentioned, but we deem that it is necessary that we come to this revered palace to pay our respects, our loyalty, and solicit for your blessing as we go along seeking for our votes. Your Highness, I will not bore you with telling you about what is happening in Nigeria today. Everything that is happening in Nigeria today, Your Highness, is well done to you. And I'm sure you're as worried as all of us are. This country, so blessed. When I was in the car coming to this revered palace, I was telling those women in the car, said, look at the lovely mountains which people go to pay everywhere in the world to see. Look at the oil plains. These are what people are going to pay in Kenya and everything to see the Western way. Your Highness, Nigeria is collapsing. And it's doing so fast that we have now created 133 million people living in poverty. And Taraba is not an exception. It is happening here where there are millions of people who don't know where the next meal will come from. And that is what I and Baba Ahmed wants to revise before it collapses finally. We want to reverse that situation where our children, young people in their productive age, are doing nothing except criminality. We all live in fear. Nobody can drive from here down to Abuja. When you leave, people will just be praying that you get there. You're coming back, it's the same thing. And we can't go. The reason simply is collective effect of leadership failure over the years that have refused to invest in the people in Nigeria. Rather, we have a criminal situation where people are stealing our money, and we must reverse it. So we have offered ourselves to first secure and unite Nigeria and make it productive, because today it is not productive. It is not working today. That is why a huge country of this size cannot feed itself, despite the fact that God gave us vast, fertile land. We can't feed ourselves. That is why a state like Taraba that can feed Nigeria is not doing so. Taraba land is 54.4 thousand square kilometers of land. So Taraba is bigger than Belgium and Israel put together.
4.4 million.
No, square kilometers.
Oh, okay. Yes.
The land space. It is bigger than Belgium and Israel put together. Both of them combined. Belgium is 30.9 thousand square kilometers and Israel is 21.1. They are 53,000 square kilometers. Taraba is 54.4. Yet, we cannot feed the sun. Taraba is on the plain of Mambila. So you can cultivate flour here. Kenya did export of over 500 million flowers last year. You can cultivate coffee here. Ethiopia did 1.1 billion export of coffee. You can cultivate tea here. All countries like Sierra Leone did 1.4 billion in tea last year. And I can go on and tell you what can be produced in Taraba. But we have the vast land of Taraba, all cultivated, and that is how Nigeria is. The entire Nigeria is all cultivated. Because we are sharing money. All we do is go to Abuja. Taraba as a state can generate 10 to 20 times what it gets from revenue sharing in Abuja. And all we need to do is to invest money in them. All we need is to do those programs we are doing to pull people out of poverty by coming to do it in Taraba. Your Highness, I'm happy that people are here taking what I'm saying. We have said we are not going to govern from Abuja. We will go to each state, invest in those states, see people. We will bring stakeholders like you to be in charge as we pull the youths and women of Taraba out of poverty. As we keep serving Taraba. All you hear in Nigeria is programs about agriculture, programs about poverty, programs. You hear them in TV. Nobody has ever seen it. People are getting poorer every day. That's the one we want to reverse. We want our children to be in school. We want society. We want to stop by fighting criminality. Our farmers will go back to farm. We'll stop those who are stealing our oil. We will ensure that we stop the criminal subsidy of fuel and subsidize education and health. Because that's how Nigeria will develop. We'll educate our people and we will do what it takes to pull people out of poverty by first feeding ourselves. India used to ration food. Today India feeds itself, and there are 1.4 billion people living on a 3.2 million square kilometers of land. So we have more land to cultivate than India, and we can't feed ourselves. Right, that's what we are going around telling people, asking them that next year's election should not be based on tribe. Let nobody come and say, I'm from here, I'm from here. No region, no site in Nigeria buys bread cheaper. No tribe buys bread cheaper. No tribe where there's no unemployment, no tribe where there's no hunger. Every tribe is going through hunger. Taraba, Kano, Anambra, Oyo, everybody suffering the same thing. Next year's election should not be about religion. No religion in Nigeria buys bread cheap. Everybody in Nigeria is hungry. Every tribe is going through the same problem. So we don't want it to be a tribal thing. We don't want to be tribal. We don't want to be about religion. Today, as I've said everywhere, Dubai is supposedly a Muslim country, but the Kali church in Dubai was built by Emir of Dubai. They took the land, built the church. In England, the central mosque in England, the land was rented free of charge by the Queen. That land alone is worth over several million pounds. Here, we turn religion into another thing. We don't want it to continue. We want next year's election to be based on character we can trust. We want characters we can trust. Your Highness, everybody can go and verify about me, about Dati Ahmed, our background, whether we're involved with issues of corruption or anything. It is very easy. The verification is very easy. I was governor of a state for 8 years, and I've challenged anybody, go there and show me where their money is missing. And it's on record that when I left there, I was not owing salary, pension, gratuity, or owing any supplier or contractor that executed this thing. And I say it every day. And I challenge one contractor to say, I'm being owed. I challenge any citizen to say, I was owed with my pension or gratuity. And above all, that I left $150 million 130 billion naira in the bank the day I left. Until today, Anambra State has not bought me a bottle of water because I have no gratuity, no pension, no severance, or any allowance, which is not what it is in every other state. And I plead, we've not been involved in corruption, we're wealth creators, and all we want is the opportunity to start putting Nigeria out of poverty in a measurable manner, coming to each state, sitting down with the stakeholders, knowing what they want, supporting them, starting from agriculture, which is what we're enjoyed with, which we found out our land, into agro-processing, producing for export, because we must export goods. The reason why we don't have our currency is weak today, why I conclude, is because we're not exporting anything. Your exchange rate is a function of your reserve. And what drives your reserve is export. If you're not exporting anything, you have no reserve. A huge country like Nigeria, with 220 million people, living on 923,000 square kilometers, our total export last year is 18.9 trillion, which is barely at the official rate, $47 billion. A country like Vietnam is 100 million people, half of our population, living on 331,000 square kilometers. They live on a third of our land. Half of our population, the total export last year is over $300 billion. So we have room to do more, and we will do more. And that is what we are clamoring. That's what we are telling people. I want to see a Taraba state that is prosperous. I want to see a Taraba state where these mountains are not just mountains, but tourist sites where people are visiting them, as they are doing in Kenya. All these young boys here who are running around will become tour guides for those who are coming for tourism. They will become security for those who are coming for tourism. I went to Kenya, I saw it. Young people were planting flowers, being paid $100, they enjoy. The rest are tourist guides, the rest are drivers. That is what should be happening in Taraba. That is what will make it work. Not what we are doing today, where they just wait to go and get a share of certificate allocation in Abuja, come here without doing anything, because it is difficult to sustain the state. That money cannot sustain the state. You need to earn much more, and that is what we want to do. I've told the governor that what you're earning, you can earn more from just cultivating flower than going to Abuja. But it is federal government that will drive that process, and we will drive that process. We will do it. So I thank you for finding out of your busy schedule to receive us to come and pay this loyalty. But rest assured, we'll be back. We're not going to walk away. We're not one of those who go for campaign and then after campaign they disappear. That's why we said we will come personally, put it on tape, so that they said these people promise this and they are back or they are not back. We must change our politics to become where citizens can trust their leaders. Today there's a disconnect. The people don't trust their leaders because all they do is tell lies, say things they will not do. We want to change it. It must be the other way around, where citizens can begin to build trust. Nigerians will be proud to be called Nigerians. We want to restore the dignity of our green passport globally and everywhere. Very much, thank you, and may God continue to bless you.